Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Wow, today, first of all, I'm sorry that today's video is a little bit late. My goal is really to post videos every Tuesday and Thursday morning, and I've been really good about being like on a consistent filming schedule. And then last night, we basically had a canine emergency at my mom's house. My mom is this incredible dog trainer, so she does dog training here in Oregon, and she just is one of those people that has like an incredible connection with animals. And so as part of that, we have a whole pack of dogs that live at our house and that I've kind of grown up with. And yesterday, one of her dogs actually was running in the yard and broke his leg, and upon going to the vet, they discovered that he had broken it because he had cancer just in that one leg, which they like never would have been able to find basically if he hadn't broken his leg. So long story short, they are going to have to do surgery on his leg, and he came home obviously in a lot of pain last night, and my mom did a good job of like taking care of him, and then basically like came back into my room and needed somebody to take care of her and just like listen to the story about her day and like let her vent and be emotional and just love on her. And I think we've all had those moments in our life before, so that took priority over filming last night, which I'm more than happy about. And then final update is puppy dog should be okay. He was up and kind of moving around this morning. He goes in for surgery this Friday, so I'll keep you guys updated on that. But yeah, it was so sad. And just made me think like it's so crazy that things like that happen, because he just went in for a checkup last week and the vet was like, oh, he's great, he's so healthy, and then it turns out he actually had cancer in his leg, and they never would have found it if he hadn't broken the leg. So it's like sad, but also kind of a blessing, but just a weird story. Anyway, canine emergencies aside, I am filming this in my car on my lunch break from my day job because I want to stick to a consistent filming schedule. And also just this morning with all of the political stuff that was happening and all of the craziness happening in the world, I was feeling like so defeated and depressed, and I was like, I just really need to like take a moment to sit down and do something that brings me joy. Which brings me to a point about my channel, which is that I've really been considering doing more political videos in light of the fact that there's so much craziness going on politically in America right now. And I just think that for me right now, like, YouTube is kind of my respite from a lot of that. So while I do a lot of like reading and try to stay really well informed on what's going on in the political sphere, I like being able to go to YouTube and just connect with YouTubers on topics other than politics. And I feel like if I started doing political videos, it would be really, really just like emotionally draining for me, and then I wouldn't feel like I wanted to do videos anymore. And I like having this as my kind of like creative outlet and a creative space to just do this stuff. So yeah, no politics from me right now. But I was feeling down about some politics this morning, and then I was like, you know what, I just really need to go take a second and film a video and talk about this project. So thank you to all 5 people who voted in my Twitter poll about what the new hashtag should be for the new series. I love you guys, I love your support, and I love the ideas that you guys contributed. So basically I narrowed down the hashtag for this series to be either Project Happy or Project Joy. And Project Joy was suggested by my friend Megan because she knows that I'm obsessed with this blend of essential oils that's called Joy, that's made by Young Living. I wear it almost every day, and I just was thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, you know, like, even though the words happy and joy are synonyms in some senses, I feel like happiness is like if I eat a really good meal, I'll be like, you know what, like that made me happy, like that was a satisfying meal. And I feel like joy is like that deep-rooted just like feeling that you get in your heart and soul that just tells you that like you're in the right place, doing the right thing, like it just kind of resonates even more deeply than just feeling happiness does. And I think of joy as being a more long-term emotion than I do happiness. Like in every day there's moments of happiness, there's moments of sadness, and there's moments of these different emotions, and joy is kind of this like elevation of that to where it's like a more just more of like a like deep felt thing, kind of like I was saying, like just like this deep rooted emotion that is consistent even if you are experiencing another emotion at the same time. So maybe like you're feeling sad because you found out that your friend is going through something difficult, so you're feeling sadness for them, but like you still maintain that feeling of joy in your own life. And also, the other thing about the hashtag or term or phrase Project Joy is I really like the word project because I'm a word nerd, and I like the fact that you can also pronounce project as project. So I also liked that idea of projecting joy, like we're doing this project to create joy in life, but then you can also take that joy and project it out to others. And I think that that is one of my favorite side effects of doing all of this kind of just like self-care and self-love work, is that then it really does, I've seen it generate into this ability to kind of like be more empathetic to other people, be kinder and more patient to other people, and just have a deeper understanding of what other people are going through in life, and just really be able to like be there for them. So there you have it. The new hashtag will be Project Joy or Project Joy, whichever one you're feeling in that certain day. And then I wanted to do like a quick little chat about self-love as we kick off this new project, because I've heard a lot of people, especially lately on like social media and things like that, who are talking about self-care, and I've heard the conversation, sorry, there's a huge truck going by behind me. I've heard the conversation come up of people saying that self-care and self-love and like all these things can be excuses or reasons to not jump in and do things. Like when people are saying things like, oh, I needed a break from the news tonight, like I'm taking a moment for some self-care to like take a bath or something like that, and people will jump in and be like, that's selfish, like you need to be contributing, you know, like self-care is just an excuse to not do the work that's needed, and all this kind of stuff. And I just want to stop and say, like, there's a really big difference between self-care and taking care of yourself and being selfish. And I think that in our society, like, that's why self-care really gets pushed under the rug a lot of times, is because we associate self-care with being selfish, which is something that we're taught is something that you should never be. Like, you should never be selfish when it comes to your time or when it comes to your toys when you're a little kid, you know, like whatever it is that you have, it's supposed to be something that you're not selfish about. And I agree with that. I think that being selfless is like such an important part of life, but also self-care, if anything, empowers you to be more selfless, because it's giving yourself the care that you need to be able to go out and bring like a positive energy to everything that you're doing. And I think that it gives you more energy so that you can really like give more of yourself to whatever it is that is your calling in life, whether that's political activism, whether that's being a creative, whether that's being a mom, whether it's being a caretaker of any kind, like anything like that. I think that you really have to have good self-care in place in order to do any of those things well. So that's going to be a deeper dive topic for video number 1 with the Project Joy hashtag and project, is just to kind of dive into those definitions of things in terms of like, where do you draw the line between recognizing having a desire to be selfish about something versus the ability to take care of yourself and like create boundaries in your life that are important and healthy and that you need, because that's one thing that I really struggle with in my own life, is creating those boundaries and finding the line between like who I want to be for other people and who I need to be for myself. So anyway, I'm excited to share that story with you. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support lately. You guys are the best. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for listening to the rain with me today in my car on my lunch break. This moment of joy brought to you by me. Okay, Corey out.